Hi, I'm Carl from Solar Future. This video is to highlight some of the benefits and capabilities and some of the more interesting equipment we install. Roger, we installed solar for you a few years ago now. How's that been going?
It's been going great. You put 11 kilowatts of solar on the roof, and that's been providing 13 megawatts of production for us year on year, which is great.
Oh, nice. How much power are you actually using on site?
So we didn't know how much we were likely to be using when we moved in, so we just fitted the biggest system that you could fit on the roof, which is great. We've now discovered that we pretty consistently use 20 megawatts a year, which is quite a bit of energy, but we've got 2 EVs as well as an electric tractor, and then there's the consumption in the house.
We have had chat about batteries a couple of times over the last couple of years.
Yeah, so we're interested in batteries for a couple of reasons. One, because we get the occasional power cut here, so that kind of energy sovereignty seemed useful, but mainly because of those 13 megawatts a year that we generate, we only self-consume about 35% of that. And we were keen to get a battery to see if we could increase the amount of our own generation that we consumed ourselves.
So you earlier in the year you called us in to have a chat about an upgrade.
Yeah, so we got really serious about it. We've got a much better idea now of how much energy we consume, and so we talked to you about getting some more solar. We've got another 10 kilowatts of solar on the roof of the garage that we're in right now. We've got some grunty kit in the energy den to shift that around into the battery, into the EVs, to the house or to the grid if we've got a surplus.
Nice.
And that's working out really, really well for us, thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Can I ask, living out here, how have you experienced the odd grid outage, or how have you found the grid?
Yeah, so we, as I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons we were keen to get a battery was because we have experienced the odd outage over the last 3 or 4 years we've been here. We've even had a couple since we've had the energy den set up.
Yep.
And the only reason I know that we've had a couple is because I'll get an email alert to say that the grid's gone down. The system switches over so quickly that even the timers on the ovens don't cancel out. It's incredible. So if it weren't for these emails, I wouldn't necessarily know the grid had gone down.
Yep. As far as monitoring the system, you've got the VRM system. It's the monitoring and control platform. Do you enjoy using that? Yeah,
so this is the platform that you can access either on your laptop or on a mobile phone, the Victron Remote Management or Monitoring, I think it is, that it stands for. Yep. And it's brilliant because you can see in real time what you're consuming, how much you're generating, and you can control whether you're charging the battery up or whether you want to direct some of that energy to one of the EVs that you might be charging, use it at home, export it to the grid. So you've got that real visibility and ability to control what you do with the energy you're generating. And it's kind of addictive. It's compulsive viewing, I have to say.
You also have integrated solar smart EV charging, Roger.
This is a system that proportionally charges the EV depending on how much surplus solar energy you've got. So when the sun's shining bright, you can be pumping up to, in our case, 10 kilowatts an hour into the car. If a cloud comes over and the generation goes down a bit, the charger proportionally reduces that generation, so you're not inadvertently taking energy from the grid to charge up the car when you don't need to, which is awesome. And a combination of the battery and that proportional solar charger for the car means that we've gone from self-consuming about 35% of the solar energy we generate, and now to 85% consumption. The other thing is we use virtually no peak power now because we can use the battery, and in fact we can take some power from the car as well, which we'll talk about in a minute, which means when electricity is in demand we don't need to use it, but if we need a bit more to top up the battery or charge up a car, we can do that overnight off peak.
Nice. A lot of driving on sunshine, Roger.
A lot of driving on sunshine.
Love that. But you gave us a bit of a challenge with your options to use your good-sized EV battery resource as part of all this.
So we got an EV that you could take 3.5 kilowatts an hour power from. And we thought it'd be really useful if we could put that into the mix with the house battery to give us a bit more flexibility and essentially to give us another 100 kilowatt hours of battery storage. And so what you've done with this energy den system is given us effectively a generator input that we can plug the car into. So if the battery, the house battery, is starting to get a bit low and we want to avoid those peak charges for imported electricity, we can just gently take, in our case, a couple of kilowatts an hour from the car, which gives us so much flexibility to avoid those peak charges. But it also means if we get a big power outage, we've actually got a lot of stored energy on site now that we can play with to keep us going, keep freezers going, keep the sewage system that we've got here going, all those things.
Roger, we'll soon be installing the third phase of your solar panel arrays here for you and Melissa. And one thing I must acknowledge, you've consistently stuck with the REC Alpha range of panels over the years. Can I ask for your thoughts on that?
Well, you recommended them to us because of their low embedded carbon footprint, the fact that they're ethically manufactured, they're a high quality product with a long warranty and great performance, and they look really good. They all seem really good reasons to stick with REC panels for phase 3.
Nice. I might add, I've actually enjoyed the odd correspondence from you of late as we head into summer with increasing record daily generation.
It's very kind of you to say the odd communication, because it's pretty much every day I'm sending you a text saying, Carl, we've just reached a new record for our generation. So thank you for that.
Great. Roger, it's been fantastic working with you. Thank you very much.
Likewise.